everybody.
Here we are again.
You're a little close. You're in my space.
Yeah. Well, look who is dropping in.
Oh, is it that time again?
It's that time. Hit the music. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, folks, it just doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't.
Oh, awesome.
You know, it just shows week after week after week the Watchtower's losing more and more members.
Yeah.
Now you just have to remember the last JW broadcast, let's say, at an accelerating rate. That's why this is so great to mock.
Jehovah's speeding up the work.
That's right.
Okay.
We have 5, right?
Yes, we have a mom and daughter, Allison and Pearl.
Right here.
Rebecca.
I don't know if everybody quite see it. And
then 2 friends, Kevin and Bree.
wow.
And I hope I pronounce everybody's names
Yes.
right. Welcome to your freedom.
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you, it just gets more and more funny when you watch JW broadcasts when they say all the growth, the miracle sand and everything else, and all of a sudden here comes Mike and Kim with another one of these, 5, 10, 15 people leaving. And trust me, Watchtower, we have more coming.
Oh yeah, we have more coming. And
it's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to do this, to really, show Watchtower who's now in control, right? Thanks to this guy.
yeah, exactly. In fact, a couple that was put on our board here, let me see if I can see a date here. Back on December 27th, Dan and Anna.
Yes.
And so they have sent us a recording, and I'm going to be working on that, getting it edited and getting it uploaded, because we all love these judicial hearings.
Oh, absolutely. And from Skyping with Dan and Anna this morning, sounds like Dan really had the elders at a I don't know how to answer that
conundrum
tight moment.
We love those kind of
and which is really good, because I want to see more and more of these proceedings recorded, because the more that Watchtower gets in front of the camera, for instance, like Jeffrey Jackson, really not, before the Royal Commission and acknowledging he has no knowledge of those celebrating Christmas are going to get disfellowshipped. I mean, how in the world does an elder get around that? I mean, come on. He lied, exactly. So
there's just no excusing that. You just can't get around that.
No, you can't. Because every elder knows that if you celebrate Christmas or put up Christmas lights, you're going to get disfellowshipped. And here's Jeffrey Jackson saying, well, I don't have any knowledge of that. Wow, what a bunch of idiots these people are.
Yeah. Now, there was a guy on Facebook this morning that posted something. Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
And there was even some ex-witnesses asking, is this for real or is this a meme? And so what we wanted to show everybody, since there's many of you who are not on Facebook, and this is from the 1979 Watchtower, and this is the actual bond volume. And it is the May 15th Watchtower. Do you trust in God or man? And yes, that is Jim Jones.
Yeah, that was, for Kim and I, we actually lived through that period as Jehovah's Witnesses. There's a lot of us older ones that will remember that, but there's a lot of younger Jehovah's Witnesses and a lot of the young people that are not aware of what happened in Guyana. With the Jim Jones tragedy.
But they actually have an article here, and we're going to read through this and see if it's worth doing a video about. But it's interesting because they said, is your trust in God or in man? Trusting in man leads to disaster. And they actually show people, it's a drawing, of course, laying on the ground,
that's
dead.
how they found those poor people in Guyana.
Yeah, and we've mentioned before that...
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
That, we if it got bad enough with witnesses, we could see this happening. If the governing body says to obey no matter what, even if it doesn't sound logical from a human standpoint, you're one step away from this.
Well, here's the whole fallacy of Watchtower and Jehovah's Witnesses in this mindset they have. Second column, I'm going to read this paragraph right here. It says, in keeping with the psalmist counsel not to put your trust in human leaders, not to put your trust in human leaders are Jesus' words. Wait, let me start over. To keep with the psalmist's counsel not to put your trust in human leaders are Jesus' words. There we go. You must not call anyone here on earth Father, because you have only one Father in heaven, nor should you be called leader, because your one and only leader is the Messiah. They actually take that from a different Bible verse, so that's why it's a little kind of tongue to the TEV. I'm not sure which Bible version.
The English version?
Is. Yes, but it's funny because...
Or governing body?
Well, that's the thing. If you're a Jehovah's Witness and you deny the leadership of the governing body and or the anointed ones, you're kicked out of the organization. And yet, Jesus' very word says, do not call anyone your leader. And yet, Jehovah's Witnesses do that. But the tragedy is this is what happened with Jim Jones and the Guyana Town tragedy, is that they followed this man as their leader, and they were all led right to their death.
Well, I was going to say, Watchtower even says here on page 5, an appalling demonstration. There's no question that the Jonestown tragedy was a case of the blind leading the blind and both falling into a pit. The entire episode underscores the wisdom of Jesus' command not to exalt men. No doubt many of those who followed Jones had at one time belonged to the various denominations of Christendom, but they were allured by the self-proclaimed Messiah, or guardians of doctrine.
Guardians of doctrine, exactly, or governing body, the anointed. What they've done is Watchtower has come out and they've assumed a title for themselves, the anointed of Jehovah, that no other religion has done, and they sold the concept of following a leader.
Yeah.
Or in this case, 7 leaders, and that could dwindle to 6 or 5, or it could go up as many as 12 or more again.
Yeah.
But yet, you've got a case of the blind leading the blind, and thankfully, many of us are no longer blindly following the blind.
Yeah. So, we might have to read this article. Well, I know we will be reading this article.
Yeah.
Might have to do another video about
this.
this.
So thank you, Michael, for posting this on Facebook. And yes, Jehovah's Witnesses, this is an actual Watchtower article pinpointing the disaster of following men as your leaders. And yet, Jehovah's Witnesses do it without even thinking twice.
Yeah. Well, it even says right here, well, has this horrible episode been described as an appalling demonstration of the way in which a
charismatic,
can't talk today, leader can bend the minds of his followers with a devilish blend of professed altruism and psychological tyranny. But still, one wonders about the naive people who were taken in by Jones.
What about the naive people taken in by Watchtower?
You're not allowed to go on the internet and investigate, anything. Look, when we were first coming out, I was told by an elder that Archaeology magazine is apostate literature.
Yeah.
Archaeology magazine.
That's how naive they are.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think there's a video in the making.
Yes. So anyhow, to the 5, welcome to your freedom. If there's anything Kim and I can do to help you along the way, we'll be more than happy to make ourselves available. Again, we do love Skyping. We're just, you have to make an appointment. Sorry to say that, but you have to make an appointment.
Let us know. Well, what happens is I don't keep my Skype on all the time because when we're doing videos like this, it keeps dinging and making noise, and then we have to do the video over again. So I just have to, shut Skype down and stuff like that. And so I have to manually open it.
Yeah, and we generally try to leave Sunday mornings open for Skyping. So if you'd like to do that some Sunday morning, just drop us a line and we'll make time to do it.
Yeah.
Because we truly enjoy getting to meet all of our friends, ones that we would formally call brothers and sisters, and we still like to call them our brothers and sisters, even though we're out of a cult.
And we're on Facebook, and of course our website, watchtower.exposed. And if anyone needs their nail pounded into the Watchtower coffin lid, just contact us. If you go to our website, you can click on contact and send us, and just give us your first names. We'll be more than happy, to put those in the coffin lid for you. So
yes. So as close as the day of Jehovah is coming, don't be afraid to walk away from this bullshit. I'm telling you, don't be afraid to walk away from it.
Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to your freedom, everybody, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.